The spirits in here are spiriting. There's 3 of you who are not speaking in tongues. Girls are crazy. What do you mean I should pray in tongues? Cause guilty feet have got no rhythm. Okay. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Sivu, and today we're back with a story time. So as someone who's been going to church like basically their whole life, I never thought I would say this, right? But this was my worst church experience ever. Right? I didn't think they exist. As someone who's like gone to like pretty good, decent churches, bro, like I haven't really had like a bad experience at church, you know, because I mean church is where you go praise God, bro. It's like always good vibes. Yeah, I mean I knew about the churches where the pastor makes the congregation eat like grass and stuff. Like, first of all, that's crazy. Like, if you're gonna like listen to someone and then they like eat grass so you can go to heaven, like something's gotta click. Like, pretty sure Jesus didn't eat grass. Like, I'm just saying. But hey, you know, if you've ever eaten grass, you know, because of the pastor, hey, all I can say is you goated. Get it. No, okay. Okay, enough time wasted. Let's get straight to it. So this story takes place literally about 11, basically a year, but like 11 months ago, around like the 20th or like 30th. Basically towards the end of January last year. Also bear in mind that this is my first week ever living alone in SA, meaning that I also had no church where I stayed. So this was my first Sunday ever living alone and also having to go look for a church, right? Also, my whole life I've never actually had to go look for a church because I just grew up in the church that my parents go to, right? So okay, so this particular Sunday, you know, your boy wakes up, he's like, living alone is cool, you know, living alone, it's alright, you know, it's been a week, it's cool, nothing too much, nothing crazy as, I just remembered another story time. Girls are crazy. But anyway, yeah, so, okay, that story time is coming, probably soon. So your boy's like, okay, it's Sunday, let me go look for a church, you know, because I even told my parents, I'm like, hey, today I'm gonna go look for, I just farted, I don't know if you guys heard, but anyway, so you know, it's my first Sunday living alone, so I'm like, you know what, let me go look for a church, so I have a church that I can consistently go to while I'm this side, you know, while I'm living alone, you know, because, come on, gotta stay in contact with the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that church is the only place you can talk to God, but I mean, it helps. You know, on Friday, I actually met someone who recommended this church to me because like they came like to where I was staying and they were like around there, then they were like handing out pamphlets and I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna check out the church, you know, like what a coincidence, you know. I was like, hey, shout out to God for guiding me, got me this church, you know, got the pamphlet Sunday, I was on the way there, you know. I hit up the guy who gave me the pamphlet, I'm like, hey, where the church at? He directs me. It was actually a walking distance from where I stayed, right? So, okay, I walk, kind of get lost in directions. Anyway, I get there. I remember it was like a cloudy day, kind of rainy, but at the moment it wasn't raining, right? Okay, actually first I Ubered there, and then still got lost, but anyway, yeah. Okay, so I get there, I get to the church, you know, they come through, greet me nice, yada yada. Okay, cool. I'm like, oh, this is not bad. And it was, I'm not actually about to like drop names and all of that, because, hey, yeah, as I was saying, I get in, you know, people greeting me, yada yada. Okay, cool, you know, I enter, so now we now enter the main room where like the pastor's preaching and all of that, because I was kind of late, you know, I didn't want to get there too early, because I mean, what if I got there early and now I don't even like the vibes for like a whole 2-3 hours? So I was like, might as well get there, check out the last hour, or like, I think I got there like maybe an hour 30 or 2 hours. Matter of fact, I think it was like still starting. I didn't get there like crazy late, you know. So I get there, I'm like, okay, you know, I go take my seat, you know, obviously people are lurking because I'm like the new person there, right? Also, by the way, there were like 20 people in this church, bro, like probably 30 max, which is cool. It's cool, because I mean, hey, I was in my head, I'm like, they just starting, you know, the church just started, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, okay, I get in, I'm like, whoop, sit down, you know, okay, bed, pastor's doing her thing. It was a female pastor. Also my first time at a church with a female pastor. You know, all these I can't say red flags because I mean just because you're female doesn't mean red flag, yada yada. But point is, just a lot of things are like new to me right now, So I'm like, okay, bet, sit down, okay, I see the vibes. Church goes on, kind of normal, not kind of normal. Church goes on as normal as I know church, praise and worship, pastors on there, cool things, right? And then it's praying time. You like the closing time of the prayer, dude. Like, no, the closing prayer of like the whole sermon. After they preach, they pray for the people who don't know, right? So to end the service, they're now preaching, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then they start preaching in tongues, alright? Like, tongues are cool. Tongues are Holy Spirit vibes. But like, everyone is praying in tongues. I'm like, wait a minute, dog. I've never seen this, like, everyone in that congregation is speaking in tongues, bro. I'm like, okay, there's a different level of spirit in here, bro. I'm like, the spirits in here are spiriting. Okay, so they're praying, and then the pastor starts calling out. She doesn't call out people, right? She's just like, hey, if you don't know how to speak in tongues, come through to the front. And I'm like, nah, she's joking. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna continue praying in my, just praying, I'm praying, Lord, yeah, praying. And then she repeats, she's like, there's 3 of you who are not speaking in tongues. At that point, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I don't even want to look up, bro. Because I'm praying. And she's like, there, dude. So I'm praying. And then as she says, like, there's 3 of you, I look up a bit. I see her looking in my direction. I'm like, so I'm like, no. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, at that point, I'm like, I know what I gotta do. I gotta fake it. I got to fake the tongues. So I know it's probably wrong, right? But I'm like, nah, bro, you can't call me out like that on my first day. I'm nervous, bro. Like, what is this? Because also I kind of have like this phobia of like having to go in front and then I fall, bro, like while the preacher's like praying. Because then what if they start thinking like, hey, bro, this man's got hella demons, bro. Like, why is he falling? So like, there's also that phobia. So I'm like, nah. So I'm there like, bro, I am spitting, bro. I was like, I sound like the nigga who's next to me. I'm confused. What do you mean, So I'm like, okay, nah, I'm out the clear now. I am clear, right? I wasn't. Because she's like, oh, so someone goes in front, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. And then she's like, now there's 2 of you. I'm like, she knows it's me, At some point, she keeps looking at me. At that point, I was like, you know what, bro? What you're doing is mad. You can't just call me out in front of the whole congregation like this man's can't pray in tongues. And I'm pretty sure the whole congregation already knew, right? Because I'm guessing this is a process for when you're new to the church, right? They're just like, hey, you can't speak in tongues. Pull up to the front, join the congregation so we can all speak tongues, right? I'm like, okay, I go to the front, she's there, preaching. I forgot what exactly she said, right? But like, she's basically telling us to pray in tongues. Bro! Now I remember. So basically, she's like, okay, so we get to the front, right? And then we start praying. There's like 3 of us now. It's me, some other guy, and like a lady next to me, right? So, okay, we're praying. She asks for our names. Okay, yada yada. We tell her our names. We tell her yada. Just a couple of details. And in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, they're not gonna make us pray in tongues today. There's no way she's about to try and teach us how to pray in tongues and expect us to do it right now. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Bro, she's there like, okay, she tells us, yada yada, how the tongues works, yada yada, spirit. And then she's like, okay, so now pray in tongues. What? Pray in tongues. You just taught me, you didn't even teach me, you just told me what the tongues should feel like. Like, what do you mean I should pray in tongues, bro? Like, I just figured out like the whole, like, I haven't even figured it out, bro. Like, what do you mean I should? Okay, so then I'm like, you know what, loud, so everyone starts praying again, and then I just remembered that the people next to me start praying in tongues, and I'm like, what? Oh no. I'm like, okay, nah, bro, I'm an actor. I came here to act. You feel me? Not to church, but like in general, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm about to act, bro. So these people are like out there praying and praying and praying, and I'm like, okay, time to transform into the town's master, bro. I was there like, okay, now obviously not like that, but like I was like, you know, he's saying, you know, the random things. I was like listening to what people were saying, and I'll just repeat the same words, bro. I wouldn't lie. Whole time I'm just like, okay, I gotta add that word, sha sha. You know what I'm saying? To make it look real. And then point is, you know, to cut the story short, I survived. I was like the last person she allowed to leave the stand, bro. Cause she's like, nah, you gotta pray, dog. She's watching. Cause she'd be like, okay. And then she'd get to me like, you know? So I was like, nah, I'm faking this, bro. Like, I prayed for a good, like, 5-10 minutes, bro. I had to fake for that long. Do you know how long it takes to fake a prayer? Like, it doesn't even feel right. But I was like, bro, they're not letting me out of this church until I do that. And yeah, anyway, I finished that. Gave them my contact details. I wouldn't lie. After that, I went ghost. They still hit me up for like the next like month, couple of months actually. But then I think they just got the hint and they were like, he's not coming back. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially if you enjoyed the story. New video coming through on Sunday. Matter of fact, I should be traveling. Nah. Okay, anyway, new vlog coming through on Sunday. See you guys